I've tried to come up with words in yesterday's match reaction, but I am I'm tired of this. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what. I am mentally drained. I am psychologically devastated because I think I never expected to see my team in such a terrible and catastrophic position. I don't know, but I don't know what it is. I feel completely lost after yesterday's defeat, because yesterday's defeat was the cherry on the cake. But it's been like this since August. I don't enjoy tuning in into Roma games anymore. I don't even look forward to going to the stadium anymore, and that is worrying. That is crazy to say. That is scary to say. I'm gonna book a kind of a cottage in the Swedish woods, because I to kind of disappear from this, because I cannot express and process what is going on at this football club. I've come to the conclusion. I'm tired, man. I am tired of repeating the same things, yes, but to witness the same things every single year. But this specific year is a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. The Fredkins have decided to keep Ivan Juric on the Roma bench until at least the Torino game. And then, according to Sky Sports, according to Di Marzio, according to Angelo Mangiante, they will decide after the Torino game. How is he surviving this mess? How has he survived these past 24 hours? How has he actually survived these last 24 hours? I am absolutely curious to know, and I am speechless as to why he survived these last 24 hours. The team doesn't want this manager. The team has fallen out with this manager, and we've confirmed them. How low do we want to go to start realizing that we need to change and save this season? We're 4 points off relegation. Where do we want to go? How low do we need to fall in order to understand that the first ever decision of putting him in this place was abysmal as a decision? How low do we need to fall down? How hard do we need to bump our heads to realize that we are in a mess? I don't understand what they've expected and what they are expecting. Is anybody actually expecting we win on Thursday? Can I ask this question to anybody in this live stream and to the Fredkins themselves? Do they think that we're gonna win on Thursday? Like, I've completely lost it, man. I've completely lost it, because this is the worst feeling that a football fan can kind of absorb. I can't even describe what the hell is going on. We're not gonna win on Thursday, and we're gonna fall even deeper, and then they will sack him, but then we've wasted another game week. We have thrown away 2 months like this. We've thrown them away in the air like salt, like salt. When you put salt in a tin pot, we threw away these 2 months like this, like in the bloom. We threw them away. How low do we need to fall in order to ask for changes? In order to understand that this man is not the right man? And most importantly, in order to understand that the team has fallen out with this manager. How toxic is the environment right now? It's reached the peaks of the peaks. I have never seen as much toxicity at this football club. The environment is toxic. The environment is fucking toxic. And we are continuing for yet another 4 days in preparation for yet another game in a situation where their players aren't following the managers anymore, and that they've leaked, and that they've decided to mutiny. If that 5-1 defeat is not a sign of a mutiny, what is a sign of a mutiny? A 10-0 defeat? Do we need to wait for another debacle in order to sack this man? He is not the right man. And look, I will say this again, because I will say this again, and I will say it again, and I'll never be tired of saying this. It's not Juric's fault. The fault is those two idiots that placed him in this position. The blame all goes to them. Juric has got his blames. Yes, he does. But deep down, it's not his fault. The real fault is having placed him in this position. And the real people to blame is those who put him here, who placed him as the manager of this team. Look, can I just say another thing? The day after is worse than the actual day under every single aspect. I could not be convinced otherwise. Today has been such a worse day than yesterday that I want to put it into practice. Deciding to continue with Juric for at least another game. And the most important thing, which I am disgusted about, we lost 5-1 against Fiorentina. We got annihilated, completely humiliated by Fiorentina. And nobody representing this club in those high positions, Dan Fredkin, Ryan Fredkin, Florent Ghisolfi, nobody says anything about it. That is, I don't even want to shout. I don't even want to rage anymore, because there is no need for me to rage. This is who we are. We lose a game 5-1. 1,000 of fans traveling to Florence on a Sunday evening, when on Monday morning they need to work. To get to witness that, to absorb that, to be humiliated like that. And nobody in this club says anything after that game. That is how low we've fallen. And that is how terrible the things are right now inside this team, inside this football club, how toxic the situation is. Nobody says anything. Nobody says a word after we got 5-1. We got done 5-1 by Fiorentina. Nobody had the balls to say anything. Apart from Juric, who, what does he have to say? And Pellegrini. Nobody else. Absolutely nobody else. And this morning, there were rumours, Fredkin's calling De Rossi only accepting a job if they bring Ranieri with him, and then Allegri, and then Terzic, and then Sarri, and then Roberto Mancini. All of these rumours to then confirm this toxicity, to then confirm this mess. And adding on to that, you've got the tea has been spilt, because you've got the proof that Mancini and Juric had a fight in yesterday's locker room at halftime, and that Mancini and Cristante refused to come back on the pitch, sitting on that bench in the second half. That is our current situation. I am tired. I'm not even tired. I've lost all hope. I have genuinely lost all hope. It's the worst thing I can say. I have lost all hope. I'm not even looking forward to Thursday's game. I'm not. Can you believe? I'm not feeling this, because I'm not feeling this, and I will never feel this. But do you believe that there is a part of me inside, there's the other half of myself, the other person in me, which is saying, hope to lose on Thursday so that Juric gets sacked. That's who we are. That's who we are. I want to win on Thursday, because if we don't lose on Thursday, we might as well get relegated. But there is the other persona in me which goes, lose on Thursday, 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 so he gets sacked. I've attacked them enough. I've attacked them enough. I've raged enough. There is no point in me raging. There is no point in me even hoping, because we have reached that stage that I think nobody can change the situation we are in. Nobody can change the situation we're in. You could bring Pep in, you could bring Klopp in, you can bring whoever you want, manager at this football club. Nothing will change, because until the roots don't change, and until the roots don't change, until the players don't change, we won't go anywhere. And I have lost all hope. There are two things which I want to speak about. The first thing which I want to speak about is player power, because player power is a very big thing at this football club right now. And the second thing which I will then kind of speak about is, again, sacking. Is he gonna get sacked? Will this sack come? The first thing which I will speak about is player power. Now, if you are living a situation where not even the manager can change it, and no matter who you put in the team as manager changes the situation, then it means that the player power at the club is absolutely ridiculous. Now, there are leaks, there are rumors that Mancini and Juric had a fight at halftime yesterday, and in fact, that's a rumor, but then the truth is that Mancini and Cristante refused to get back on the pitch and sit on the bench during the second half. I'm the first one to blame Juric, and I am the first one that needs to see this manager outside of this football club, because this manager is shit, and this manager is the definition of mediocre. But I'm also here to say that if the player power doesn't decrease, and if somebody at this football club doesn't have the balls to clear this player power away, we are stuck here. We are stuck in this loop. We are stuck in this loop. Now, you can, the analogy that I give to describe the situation and this player power situation is, we are a cage full of lions. And the owners of this football club are the owners of these lions. What they do is that they chuck in a sheep, they chuck in a wolf, they chuck in a goat, they chuck in managers inside this cage of lions, and these lions devour these managers apart. These lions devour these sheep, these goats, these wolves, whatever you want to call them. The player power at this football club is immense, and a successful football club will never be run like this. These players had to be changed many years ago, because cycles end, and when cycles end, you need to change the squad, and you need to change the team, and you need to change the players. We've decided to insist on these players for the past 5 years. Some of these players have been here for the past 5 years, and this is the result. So yes, I agree, the base of problems is not the manager, but the manager needs to go. Yes, the base of problems is not the manager, but this manager needs to go. He needs to fucking go. This summer, you need to clear this shit. You need to sell everybody at this football club. Like, I've had enough. I've had it. You only keep literally 3 players. I got Mancini's kit this season. I am the first one to say that in the summer, Mancini needs to leave. Mancini, Cristante, and Pellegrini. They've got too much power at this football club, and I love Mancini, and my reputation with Mancini, I love that man. I got him at the back of my kit this summer. That man incarnates the mentality that I want to see in the rest of players. But I'm also willing to say that Mancini this summer needs to go. Look at Lazio, look at Napoli. Napoli got rid of Mertens, Insigne, Koulibaly, all of those players who were considered the leaders of that squad, and the following year they won the league. Lazio got rid of Luis Alberto, Ciro Immobile, Milinkovic-Savic, and look at them flying this season. You need to have the balls to clear the player power out of this football club. Even if these players or players that we kind of idolize, like Mancini, you have to have the balls to clear them away. Because when player power starts to increase and when player power starts to overtake everything inside the system of a football club, then it starts to become a cancer. Then it starts to become toxic, and it starts to lead to mutinies, because this is a mutiny. And the fact that the owners haven't realized that the players have mutinied against this manager is embarrassing. This manager had to be sacked this morning, or even better, after that 5-1 defeat yesterday, he had to go in front of those microphones and resign. Because nothing will change. We will lose on Thursday again. And we will fall deeper and deeper and deeper. And only then you will realize that not only you have to sack this manager, but you never should have appointed this manager in the first place. Having said this, do I expect him to be sacked? He is going to get sacked. Because these players are going to ask for him to be sacked. Because these players aren't following him. And these players have basically diverged with him. Have you seen Mancini tonight outside of Trigora? He got asked, why didn't you go back? Why did you stay in the locker room at halftime? And he said, I also stayed in the locker room last season. And then all of a sudden you can hear him say, oh please, there are cameras in front of me. As if he wants to say something that he's not allowed to say in front of them, in front of those paparazzis in front of Trigoria. We are a mess. We are a mess. We are an absolute catastrophe. I don't know where we go. I really do not know where we go. I don't know where we go. The next step needs to be to try and give a reaction. You have to sack him, and you need to just, I don't know what you do. You need to get the empathy back going. You know, I personally, in my opinion, as of now, to bring back, there are 3 managers who can come back and give a shift. 3 available managers, of course. Available managers that can come back and give an electric shock, whether you like them or not. Right now, before going back and thinking about winning trophies, the first step is going back to where we were. You know, creating a stability back again, eliminating the toxicity. Number 1, De Rossi. I got attacked in yesterday's live stream because I want De Rossi. I don't need to be told what I want. I know what I want. And if you don't agree with what I say, if you don't want me to say this, then don't watch my videos. If I want Daniele De Rossi back in my football club, I will say it. So don't attack me. Just fuck off. Okay? I'm the first one to say that he won't change the situation, but you need a mental change. You need a reaction, and De Rossi can give it. Claudio Ranieri could give it, or Allegri could give it. No other manager, no other available manager out there right now can change this current situation in a sense that it can give you a reaction. I'm not thinking about trophies this season. If you're thinking about trophies this season or Champions League spots, you are delusional. We need to save this season. We're 4 points off relegation. In order to do it, you need to eliminate the toxicity and get the stability and the unity back going. Only then you can go back and think about your objectives, think about Champions League football, and think about lifting trophies. But if you don't have stability, if you've got, boycotts and protests and mutinies of the players and cancers in the locker room, where do we want to go? You need somebody who comes in and pushes for a reaction. I hope that the decision of keeping Juric is only kind of a temporary decision, because they still are contacting managers, or they are still, I don't know, they are still contacting managers and that they didn't get them sorted by tonight. But this manager needs to go. these players don't want him. It's clear as fuck that these players do not want this manager. And I hope that after Thursday's game, regardless of the result, in fact, if we win, it's going to be even better. Sack him even if we win. Because if you wait and then we win on Thursday, you're going to get back going. Or let's give faith to Juric, and then next game you lose and we're back where we started. You need to have the balls to take these decisions. And the second thing that you need to do is apologize. Because you've treated us fans, De Rossi the 18th of September, Mourinho the 16th of January, you've treated us, I call us because we were a family back then, you destroyed all of this from us. You got everything out of our hands and you have displayed this shit show. So apologize. Because this is the worst feeling that a football fan can feel. This is a worst. I've never felt a worse feeling than this. And I'm gonna end it there because the more I speak about it, the more I just look. I don't know where we go. I really don't know where we go. Having said that, hit the like, subscribe. I'll catch you tomorrow. I still pray that somewhere he doesn't get to the Torino game and get sacked before, because we need a reaction, man. We need a change. Otherwise, we will be in the Serie B next season. I'm not even joking when I say that. I'll talk to you soon, and Forza Roma sempre, forever and ever and ever. Bye bye. Simo out.